Ladies and gentlemen, I Dr. Shilpi Chauhan, founder and president of Saksham Society. Heartiest welcome to all in 10 days International Faculty Development Program on mentoring educators and students in modern trends of teaching learning, organized by Saksham Society, Jaipur, Rajasthan, our record holder NGO. So, heartiest welcome to our speaker of the day, Dr. Sonal Kame, HOD Home Science, SMT Radha Devi, Goenka College for Women, Akola, Maharashtra. So before inviting you, ma'am, I would like to introduce you. And today, ma'am will be discuss on Google Classroom and Google Tools. And Dr. Sonal, madam doing PhD, NAT, and exam passed ITI and MS Office, CTI, POT, MSCIT, and she achieved lots of achievements like a gold medalist with first merit in Sant Gaj Baba Amaravati University in BSc, and first merit in Srimati Radha Devi Goenka College for Women, Akola, in MSc Food Science and Nutrition. And the list is very long, not able to read right now. She awards, she received lots of awards and achievements in many different fields, and she invited as a speakers and a resource person in lots of programs, and the list is actually very long. Around 96 lectures ma'am already gave in different topics, and courses done, lots of activities. List is very long, and yes, around 99, and I think this figure is above 100. Madam attended lots of international and national conferences and seminars, and presenting as a speaker and resource person, and there are lots of publications ma'am already done in journals and in books also. So total ma'am have around I have no figure, around 20 years ma'am, 20 years experience in a teaching line, and there
are ma'am, it's 7 years, just 7.
Okay, just 7. Okay, so sorry. So there are lots of social activities and done by ma'am, and she invited as radio talkies in many more programs, and there are lots of extension activities ma'am done, and there are lots of others programs participated by ma'am, like Fit India Mission, Padma Award, and Vacancy Saves Lives, and the list is so long. Sorry ma'am, your CV is too long, so right now not able to read in details, but we are feeling very proud to invite you as a speaker in our session. And before not taking too much time, I would like to invite you to hand over the speaker mic, and please continue your session. Over to you ma'am.
Thanks a lot ma'am. First of all, a very good evening to one and all present for this International Faculty Development Program, and very heartfelt thanks to Saksham Society, all the dignitaries related to it, for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge on the topic Google Classroom and Google Tools. Actually, this topic for the day is actually known by all the people, and during the pandemic, actually during the corona pandemic, each one of had to continue with the education system, and Google Classroom was one of the very important tool which was being used by all of us to be connected with our students. So this is the Google Classroom and Google Tools. These are the tools which are helping to empower the modern education system. Actually, post-pandemic, also we are continuing with this mode of classroom, since UGC has itself insisted on the blended mode of teaching learning, including the offline and online classes, and to be connected with our students. This Google Classroom, which is a very important tool of Google, has really fetched us a lot of good fruits of its various features. Now, Google Classroom and Google suites of educational tools, they provide a comprehensive, user-friendly platform for the teachers and students to communicate and streamline the learning process. Here, I would like to share some slides with you which have been taken from my Google Classroom. Actually, I have taken the screenshots of all these slides to make everyone understand the different steps which are useful to create Google Classroom and to join your students, to give them assignments for their gradation, and much more in those slides. But Google Classroom in itself, it gives a comprehensive and user-friendly platform for all the teachers and students. It is very easy for access and very easy to share the things by the teachers, sharing the various quizzes or some assignments or some important data you say, or some notes even can be shared through various media such as YouTube. YouTube links can be shared on it. Many links from taken directly from the Google Chrome can be shared on it. Your presentations can be shared with your students, and it is very easy for the students to access these all assignments and announcements whichever you have shared with the students. So, user-friendly platform. Google Classroom is being called as the user-friendly platform because it is very easy to use these platforms being introduced by Google. Here the communication and collaboration is taking in a very smooth manner, as in pandemic situation it was very highly impossible for the teachers to communicate with the students, though they were conducting their classes in various modes as Google Meet or Zoom or Microsoft Office or WebEx, and many more platforms were there. But for sharing the study material, for sharing any important note or any important resource, the teacher had made ample use of this Google Classroom tool, because here the various data and various learning resources were being shared by the teachers in their Google Classroom, and which could be referred by the students in long term, because once it was being shared over that platform, the students were able to access it n number of times. As and when they wanted to refer the things, they would refer it. So the communication process between the teacher and student, and the student and teacher, it was smoothened here. And then comes the collaboration. The collaboration work for the teaching learning process between the teachers and students and the higher authorities, it was been facilitated through the Google Classroom. Due to this, it helped in streamlining the learning process, because the pandemic situation had demanded the educational system and all the important thing that it was related was the biggest lockdown which was ever happened, and the education system had to face lot of challenges, but the learning process was expected not to be stopped anywhere. So Google Classroom was one of the very important tools which facilitated these all things. Now, in the coming slides, I would like to explain some important steps related to creation of Google Classroom. Now, for creating Google Classroom, classroom.google.com is one of the sites on which you can go and create your classroom. As seen in the slide, you can see one yellow box is shown in the upper right corner, and there one plus sign is there. Once you click this plus sign, it will help you to create a class. Okay. After creating that class, this next slide it shows once you have created a class, this one block will open there, and in that block you have to enter the class name and the section number.
Ma'am, hello, ma'am, your PPT is not moving. Hello, hello, Sonal ma'am, your PPT is not moving, ma'am.
Right now, ma'am?
Are you on first slide, ma'am? On which slide you are?
I'm on third slide, ma'am.
Hello.
I'm on third slide, ma'am.
Okay, please continue.
Is the slide visible now, ma'am?
Ma'am, slide is visible, but right now on our screen this is the first slide.
Okay, ma'am, then I'll share one second.
Okay.
Ma'am, is it visible now?
Yes, right now it is visible, ma'am.
Okay. So on the right corner, as you can see, there is a yellow box, and in that yellow box, a plus sign is being given. And if you click on that plus sign, and given on the classroom.google.com on this site, or through your Gmail, also you can directly create the Google Classroom. Ma'am, next slide, please. Once you have created a classroom, in this slide you can see that we can even name the class. We can name our class. We can enter a section number, and if you are creating multiple classes at one time, you can repeat this step for your all the classes. As shown in the slide, I have this many classes of English subject with me, and I have created these all classes, and I have given name to each of the class so that I can easily access my different classroom students. Ma'am, next slide, please. Once you have given the name to your classroom, and if you want to change the theme, changing the theme that gives different background theme color or theme wallpaper to your Google Classroom. So here in the yellow rectangle being highlighted, there change class theme, this tab is there. In order to change the theme of your class, you can open one of your, click change class theme on that, and after that you will find there are various themes being given by default by Google. So you can select any of the theme for your classroom. Ma'am, next slide, please. And you may also customize your class by adding information and content to your class about the say about your classroom. You can give some information that this classroom has been created for the English language, or you can even say that it has been created for the research methodology paper, or anyways you can give some brief description about your classroom in the about section which is being highlighted in yellow rectangle. Ma'am, next slide please. So this is one of the Google Classroom, the Google Classroom being named as research class, and it is being created by me. So here you can see there is some different wallpaper being used. So in this way you can use the wallpaper of your choice. Ma'am, next slide please. So once you have created the Google Classroom, then the second step is of adding the students to this Google Classroom. So in this slide you can see I have highlighted by a yellow box that add tab is there. After clicking this add tab, you may add students to your class by clicking the add and also by manually selecting each student. In these two ways you can do it. Next slide, ma'am. Apart from manually adding, here you can see in the blue circle there is a tab shown where you can generate the link of your Google Classroom. Once you click and generate the link of your Google Classroom, you can share that link with your students. The students can click on that link and join the Google Classroom. This is one way of joining the Google Classroom. Ma'am, next slide. In this slide you can see below the creation of link there is a class code. Each class you create has a different code. Once you have created this class, the Google has by default given you the class code. You can copy this class code and share it with your students so that they can click on that class code and even they can join the Google Classroom. Ma'am, next slide please. In this slide you can see that after the students have joined the Google Classroom, this will be the interface that will be visible to them. In the top side you can see there are 4 tabs being given by Google. First is stream, second is classwork, third one is people, and fourth one is grades. Ma'am, next slide please. Here, if you click on the people, you will see how many students and how many co-teachers have joined your Google Classroom. Ma'am, next slide please. The third important step of Google Classroom is the basic purpose for which this classroom has been created. Step 3 is related with creation of announcement and assignments. For this, you can see on the main interface page of Google Classroom, there is a tab given as stream. In order to post an announcement, you have to click on the announcement on the stream. Once you click the stream, you will get 2 tabs open. One is of announcement and the other one is of assignment. Ma'am, next slide please. So once you have clicked on the stream and you get the announcement tab open, and then you're posting an announcement, you may select multiple classes to receive the announcement. Now many times it happens that you have the multiple tests or some announcements in multiple classes you have to make. That announcement tab gives you one facility of making that announcement viral in your different classes, and if you want it to be given in one class only, it can facilitate you the same. Ma'am, next slide please. Then the second part in the stream section is that of assignment. Now if you want to give any assignment to your students, you have to click on stream and then you have to go on to the assignment tab. Next slide please, ma'am. Now how to post the assignments? These assignments can be posted in many ways. If you want your assignment to be created in the form of quiz, you can create a quiz and post it over there, or you can link your Google Forms with it. If you have created any quiz on Google Quiz or Google Forms, you can over here, and you can even share the assignment in that format. If you want any diagrammatic representation being given by your students, then also you can give such assignments over here. The students can give attachment of whatever assignments they have solved in the form of Word document or in the form of Google Docs, which is another important Google tool. The students can share with you. So once you have posted the assignment, the students will be able to access it on their class stream. They will get a notification and they can click through the class stream. They will move on to the assignment and they can solve their assignment. So another feature is that you will also be able to see how many students have turned in the assignment on your stream. This is very important feature because the students are very much habitual of just giving excuses that they have not seen it, but Google is quite smarter than our students, so it has given this a very important feature that we will be able to know that how many of the students have turned in the assignment on your stream. Ma'am, next slide please. So here you can see that how many students have turned on and how many have not yet accessed the assignment. So you may also review the assignment details and assignment status for each individual student. This is very important feature which helps us to know the current status of our student. And next slide please. Once the students have solved the assignment, the students can turn in the assignment. There is option given over there. If the student turn in the assignment, the exact time and at what on which date they have submitted the assignment, that will be notified to you, and you will get an instant notification about the current status of your student submission of assignments. Ma'am, next slide. You may leave feedback for your students on their individual assignments upon written. Once the students have submitted their assignments, turned in their assignments, you can even give them individual feedback, or by default feedback mechanism has been set up in the Google Classroom. You may type some different type of message if you want, that you have successfully submitted, or I appreciate your work, or whatever you want. You can type over there, and once the students have turned in their assignment or submitted their assignments, you can give this automated notification to them in the form of feedback. Ma'am, next slide to them. In addition to feedback, you may also assign grades to each student assignments. Now, while forming the assignments, when you are framing the questions, there is a toolbar in the right hand corner of framing the assignments, where you can grade your assignments. If they are quiz, you can grade it accordingly. If the assignment is in the form of description, you can grade it accordingly. And for the quiz, auto grading can be done. For the descriptive questions, manual grading can be done, and it can be done in the form of auto grading also. Once you have graded the assignments, the students can receive their grades after the assignment has been accepted. Ma'am, next slide please. So now, how to integrate this Google Classroom into the classroom which we are actually taking in our. Now, first point here is streamlined course management. Google Classroom enables teachers to easily create, manage and distribute assignments among the students, announcements and class materials. This is very important feature of Google Classroom. While in our college days, our teachers used to give us printed notes and we had to carry it, but if we forget, that was again a chaos. Many times it was stolen, and many issues were there, and limited resources were being shared to us in the forms of printed material. But Google Classroom has given that access to the students, that from various sources the teachers can share them, PPTs, they can share them, YouTube links, or something from the Wikipedia or from the Google Chrome. So a vast knowledge study material can be shared with the students. So with its intuitive interface, teachers can seamlessly organize their courses, track student progress, and foster effective communication with their students. Since the feedback and grades, it can be given individually to the students, and the students can access their grades through the Google Classroom. Second point here is improved collaboration. Google Classroom's integration with other Google tools such as Google Docs and Google Drive facilitates real-time collaboration among students, because heavy files and rest all things can be saved at your Google Drive and can be shared through it. Now, for each classroom, separate Google Drive is being created by default, and all the materials which you are sharing with your students, the assignments or any other announcement, it is being saved in the Google Drive of that classroom. They can work together, the students can work together on projects, they can provide their feedback, share their resources, and it thus promotes a dynamic and engaged learning environment, because since it is an interactive interface, and the features are so nice, the students are really very much keen and interested in such type of classroom, because they can access this classroom from anywhere they are. No physical attendance in the classroom is required for Google Classroom. The Google Classroom can be very much useful in the blended teaching learning methods, because part of the syllabus can be completed in physical teaching and part can be shared in the Google Classroom in the form of various study materials. The third feature is effective feedback and grading. Teachers can easily provide personalized feedback, assignment, and track their students' progress within the Google Classroom. Now, this is a compact form which is limited to the student and the teacher, and the teacher can individually identify and track her students or his students' progress within the Google Classroom. This streamlined process saves time and enables teachers to focus on supporting individual needs and reach them with their full potential. Now, this is time saving, this is cost effective, this is environment friendly, because otherwise if you would have provided the students with the printed notes, it would cost on the printing charges, and a lot of paper is being utilized in it, and you are just giving limited resource, limited study material to your students, and in some ways you are limiting their brains by just providing them little material. Now, this Google Classroom assures multiple type of study materials to be provided to the students related to their topics. Ma'am, next slide please. Now, utilizing the Google Docs, Google Sheets and Slides. These are the important Google tools. Now, Google Docs is a very powerful word processing tool that enables students to create, to edit and collaborate on documents in real time. It is ideal for writing assignments. As I said, in assignments, if you are not giving the quiz assignment and you are giving the assignment in the form of descriptive answers, you are expecting descriptive answers from your students. The students can use this Google Docs for writing their assignments, means typing their assignments, and they can edit it, they can collaborate it with various other tools. They can put some other presentations within it, or some graphical representations also they can make, or some tabular representations also can be added in this Google Docs. They can use this Google Docs for writing their research papers and group projects, because this Google Docs can be accessed by a group of students simultaneously for addition and deletion edition of their thoughts of their assignment, if the assignment is given as group activity. And if it is being given as individual activity, the student himself on individual basis can type in it and continue his or her assignment. Then comes the Google Sheets. Now Google Sheets is a versatile spreadsheet application that allows students to analyze the data, to create visualizations and engage in data-driven learning. Now interpretation of data and the whatever graphical representations they are being making, that visualizations can be created in a very beautiful way in this Google Sheets with different features in it. It is particularly useful for the mathematics, science and business related activities where graphical representation is very much in use. Ma'am, next slide please. Then comes the next feature, next tool, that is of Google Slides. A presentation tools. Google Slide is a presentation tool that enables to create dynamic, engaging slides for the students, and it is useful for both students and teachers. It is useful for class presentations, showcases and collaborative brainstorming sessions. Now these Google Slides have very beautiful features in it, and different themes can be taken in it, and the students find it very attractive and very appealing, and they nowadays have started using it on a regular basis. Then is the Google Drive. It is a cloud-based and collaboration platform that seamlessly works with Google Suite tools. Now this Google Drive is a very good medium for storage of data, of big files, of sharing big files, and this Google Drive is one of the very important tools being introduced by Google, and it works very efficiently with other all tools. It allows to access and share their work from anywhere. Now big files which are more than 25 MB that can be shared through your Google Drive. Those small size files can also be shared, but particularly for the files which are about 25 MB can be shared through your Google Drive by creating a link of it. Now this is very important tool, and you can share your work from anywhere. It is very flexible and convenient for using. Okay, next slide please. Now how to enhance collaboration with Google Drive. This is very important. The first point is real-time collaboration. Google Drive enables multiple users to work on the same document or same presentation simultaneously. Now this is very important feature, and it focuses on real-time collaboration feature which helps multiple users to share their documents simultaneously, share their work or presentations simultaneously, and it helps in efficient working. Seamless file sharing. Now students can easily share their work with teachers and their peers, allowing for constructive feedback, peer review and the incorporation of diverse perspectives. Since the sharing of file is very easy and fast, the students can share their work with the teachers or even with their peers to have their constructive feedback and to make any changes accordingly. Centralized storage. Google Drive provides a centralized based platform for storing the big size files, ensuring that students can access their work anytime. Now it is a centralized platform, as I said, for each Google Classroom, one Google Drive is being created by default, and you can just access that Google Drive anytime, and it is a centralized storage for whatever announcement, whatever assignments, feedback, gradings, whatever you are doing on it. It is playing the role of a centralized storage in your Google Classroom. Now version history. Google Drive's version history feature allows users to track changes, revert to the previous versions and ensure that collaborative work is seamless and organized. Now you can even assess your previous Google Drive features, or you can track their changes, and you can ensure that the collaborative work which is being done is absolutely seamless and it is happening in a well organized way. Ma'am, next slide please. Now streamlining assignments and feedback with your Google Classroom. First is assignment creation. Teachers can easily create and distribute assignments within Google Classroom with options to include instructions, due date and attachment. Now while sharing the assignments, you can also put in the due date, that up to what date and which time the students are able to access to the assignments, and after that once the time has been passed, the assignment gets locked and the students cannot access the assignment. Now this is a very important feature of Google Classroom, since it is going to give a somewhat discipline, it is going to create somewhat discipline among the students of sharing the things in time. Now second is student submission. Students can turn in their work directly through Google Classroom, where it's a written document, a presentation or a multimedia project. As I said, they can turn in their assignment and you will get a notification regarding to it. Personalized feedback. Teachers can provide individualized feedback and grades for each student's work, empowering them to improve and excel. Since it is an individual thing going to happen, the students can be benefited out of it. Ma'am, next slide please. Now incorporating Google Forms for assessment. Now this is also very important. The flexible assessment, automated grading, insightful analytics and convenient distribution. These four things are very helpful in incorporating the Google Forms for assessments. Flexible assessments. In flexible assessments, Google Forms allows teachers to create a wide range of assessment types, from multiple choice quizzes to open-ended questions, catering to diverse learning styles and subject areas. Now, learning style is a thing, is a concept which has been not purely focused in our educational field. So, this is very much important for all the teaching faculty members to understand the learning style of your student. And in classroom teaching, it is very highly impossible to focus on all types of learning styles. But in Google Classroom, when you are creating assessments, Google Forms, you can give multiple choice questions or open-ended questions, and it will be helpful to cater the diverse learning styles and subject areas of the students. Automated grading. Google Forms can automatically grade objective questions, saving teachers time, energy and providing students with immediate feedback on their performance. Now this system is being utilized in almost all areas of Google Forms for immediate grading of the students. Now insightful analytics. The data collected through Google Forms can be analyzed to identify learning gaps, track students' progress and inform instructional decisions. Since these Google Forms are dealing with multiple types of questions, quizzes, open-ended questions, descriptive questions, short answers, it is helpful for the teachers to analyze the learning gaps where the students are lacking behind, and they can track the students' progress and give some academic instructions and take some instructional decisions to make the change in the teaching learning process which they are implementing. Now convenient distribution. Google Forms can be easily shared with the students and the results can be seamlessly integrated into the Google Classroom for a streamlined assessment experience. Now it is very easily shared and easily assessed and accessed by the students, and thus saving the energy, time, cost and all the efforts of the teachers and the students. Ma'am, next slide please. Now leveraging Google Calendar for scheduling. This is very important feature again of the Google Calendar. Now Google Calendar, it helps in event planning, in sharing the calendars and reminders and notification. Google Calendar allows teachers to create and manage events it can be shared with your students. Teachers can share their calendars with the students and parents, fostering transparency and keeping everyone in the loop about important dates and deadlines. So no student's excuse is entertained over here, since Google, all the event planning is being done on the Google Calendar, and since the calendar is being shared with the students, the Google Calendar inbuilt reminders and notification help students to stay on the top of their assignments, classes, and other important events, promoting better time management and organization. And here it really helps the teachers and the students to plan their all year-round activities, quizzes, assignments, and other activities, and keep their students and the parents informed. And since the notification and reminders are being given by the Google Calendar multiple times, so there is no as such excuse that ma'am, I have just forgot, I did not receive the message, or I was not knowing, I was absent. No such excuses of the students are being entertained over here. Ma'am, next slide please. So the conclusion and additional resources, Google Classroom and the suite of Google tools offer a comprehensive and innovative solution for educators to enhance the learning experience. Now this learning experience is actually have to be experienced by each and every teaching faculty member, because it is really a very good tool, and we even ourselves enjoy while sharing the things, while assessing our students, while giving them grades and giving them feedback. By leveraging these powerful digital resources, teachers can streamline their workflow, promote collaboration, and empower students to reach their full potential. To further explore the capabilities of these tools, we can encourage you to visit Google for Education. Now, Google for Education is the website, and we can explore the wealth of tutorials, training materials, and community resources available over there. It is very important website. I request all of the participants to once go through this Google for Education website, and it has answer to all your questions, and it is really a very wonderful site. Next slide please, ma'am. Lastly, thanks from my side. Thanks to Silpi ma'am for giving me this opportunity, and Saksham Society for giving us all this opportunity to interact on this topic of Google Classroom and Google tools. Actually, very important for all of us from last 2 to 3 years. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks a lot. That's all from my side.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Very nicely you deliver your session, and sorry for inconvenience, some technical issues, but we try to manage from our side. And now this session is open for all. If you have any query, you can ask directly to the ma'am, and you can also text in the chat box. There is no any query right now, ma'am. I think you clear each and everything, and there is no any confusion. Thank you so much, ma'am, once again on behalf of Saksham Society, and thanks to all for give your valuable time. And we will catch you tomorrow on same time through same link. Just join on time, and thank you once again, ma'am.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
The link of the recording we will provide you, ma'am. Okay.